I'm going to also open up my websites and keep it handy so you get a decent idea. It's just acting stupid, sorry. Cool, I have my websites ready to go. Let's start with the PowerPoint first. Where is the PowerPoint? I think this is the one. Too many tabs. This is the folder. I'm sorry, a little clumsy for a second. This is just the webinars. I'm going to close this. No, I closed the wrong one. Okay, that's there. That's good. Okay, here's one which is there as well. Okay. Ashna, can you kindly share the link for the PowerPoint once again for SLP? I seem to have just closed it. I think it's in chat as well. I got it. It was in Skype too. Okay, this is cool. All right, team, we'll get started. Sorry for the delay. I'm going to keep it short and quick so it's easy for us to get the point. Let me start the recording. Oh, it's already recording. Thank you. We'll have to then. So team, welcome to Selenium Live project. My name is Karthik. Let me give a quick background about me as a trainer and how I work with iTeLearn. Then we're going to get into the Selenium Live project. Team, I represent an organization called Verkasa Inc. And what we do at Verkasa is we are very, very strong fans of software test automation, and that's where we spend most of our time. So I'm going to quickly show you our organization. I'll peek into iTeLearn, our automation testing product called AnyArt. All this will make sense because we're in the project version, so very critical for you to get an idea. So team, iTeLearn is our learning platform, and that is where we are able to connect with professionals like you worldwide. I've been teaching as part of iTeLearn for almost 10 years, mostly online. I'm based out of Los Angeles. I've been in the IT industry for 20 years now. Core has been development, testing, support from the technology side, but I worked primarily for about 15 years as an account manager or head of sales for large IT organizations. So a lot of exposure, but my focus and love towards automation testing has been constant for me to come out of the corporate world and set up Verkasa as an organization. So you're all aware of iTeLearn, and that's how we're getting connected. We represent iTeLearn as a learning hub where we focus on more about conceptual learning versus theoretical learning, a lot of hands-on learning that we kind of input into our programs. As we go through this journey of how we're building your skill, live projects become very critical, team. And one of our most important premium training programs that we offer is called JPAC, that is Job Placement and Certified Training. Now, what JPAC does is while all of us start with, um, I hope you all can see the screen enough. I'm going to try and zoom in a little, minimize this. While all of us start with building a core training is primarily where um, you are focusing on either, let's say, learning Java or Selenium or Salesforce or AI machine learning. So you learn the uh, technology tool, you get the skill. The next level is very critical. What is it then you'll put in the resume? And that is why the certification and live projects, the real projects, are critical for every professional team. Let us assume you're already in a QA engineering role and you're upgrading your skill on Selenium live project. Cool, very good. Uh, let's assume if you're not, or you have to showcase these projects in your resume, how would you do it? This session today will answer that fundamental key question of how to get your live projects. Uh, the other two things that we do in JPAC are finishing and grooming, preparing you for mock interviews, your resume, how your attitude, aptitude can get significantly transformed before you start appearing. Then we have the job placement and work support, where we try and position you at some of our projects and clients, and also assist you through uh, supporting you for the first 6 months, 1 year as needed while you're working on your project. So that's primarily JPAC, which is an offering from iTeLearn. Uh, Verkasa Inc. as a saying team is an incorporation that I established in Los Angeles. I still am based out of LA as a resident. I've been in the US since 2005, but I've been shuttling between Hyderabad and LA because we're setting up a training center in Hyderabad, and that's coming up very well. So a lot of focus from Verkasa is on software test automation. iTeLearn, AnyArt, QA on Air are three flagship products that we have been building. AnyArt will be something that will be very interesting for you all team. Just a brief about AnyArt, and I'll come to the relevance of it within our project. AnyArt is a software test automation tool, very similar to how we say erase all drawings, normal pen. Did it close? I think my browser got closed, team. I'm gonna quickly open. All right. So we've been building this application for the last 3 years. A lot of research, a lot of planning has gone to build this. The primary thing about AnyArt is it is built on Selenium and Java. It incorporates fundamentally all types of automation frameworks into it, and it is definitely something you will like to be associated with. What I mean to say is, if you are able to put AnyArt in your profile and talk about it for a few lines, there's one project already for you. All right. Go to anyaut.com team, and you can also watch a quick demo on what AnyArt is. You'll get a decent idea on how it works. Very well built application. We are using this for our sales pitch to organizations globally who need to set up or build or use tools like AnyArt for the software test automation. And through this, we are contracting and getting in a good sized projects, which requires us to have a steady stream of working professionals, be it part-time or be it full-time, but who are well skilled. So this effort of ours of doing this live project team is to find those individuals who we could really deploy on the projects that we're working in the space. So let me go straight on to our PowerPoint. Few slides there. It kind of talks a lot about what is this live project. I'm going to go through and handle any Q&A that you have, team. All right. Okay, I think it is in presentation mode. Okay, cool. Let's go now. I'm going to use a pointer just in case. All right. So team, what is the benefits? First and foremost, you're going to get hands-on experience. That's very critical. Second, we're going to build automation frameworks from scratch. So when you build this hands-on, your confidence will go up, your ability to put that project in resume will go up, and also the way you speak on the project. Okay, this is how we build. This is how we build. Very practical. All right. Oops, it's just going by itself. Something is really bad with my system. I'm going to take off my keyboard. Maybe that's corrupting. Sorry for that. Let me go back to hello. Okay, it's almost come to the end. Give me a second, team. Okay, I have to start from the beginning. Where the benefits and present from here. I'm not going to use too much of a pointer, team. Another big theme is you're going to work with global team. Most of you come with that. This is not happening again for me. Okay, no full screen. Thank you. So you're going to be working with a global team. So you can get exposure for someone who's in US, Australia, India, UK, and there are consistent project works that we're doing. There is one project that we just started about 10 days ago that is happening in the India evening, US morning. So you could be someone who's active and participating in both. Uh, Very critical is your resume. The whole intent is that at the end of the day, you have your CV, your profile, your projects, your portfolio, everything created correctly. And the benefit that when you go through a project, you work with us, you show that yes, this is how we've gone through the 4 weeks of project. You put that project in your resume, you submit it. The client wants to do a reference check that okay, have you really worked? Then they reach out to us, they send out an email or they call us, and we kind of then handle their inquiry. So that's the reference check. All right, what are the prerequisites, team? What I really expect people to know is yes, you are one of the members of JPAC. CSDT is uh, Selenium Developer Training. Yes, these are year-end sale members that who join us typically in December timeframe. But what we are definitely looking, automation basics. No question that hey, you know what, I've not gone through. You'll find a little challenge, so you have to really buckle up. Element identification, XPath, CSS, ID, name, partial text, link text, whatever you get, those things, just make sure you put that there. Selenium WebDriver and its components, Core Java, JUnit TestNG, automation frameworks. This is the prerequisite for this project team. Now, I do know that not all of you will come at a certain confidence level where all these prerequisites are easy for you to handle, or you still not. The reason you're doing the live project is probably because you're weak in one or more of these areas, correct? And that's the whole idea. You're all in the same boat. The intent is at least by the end of the project, you'll have this ready. What we typically do, team, is sometimes we get up to 50-60 people in a live project at a given time. So we divide them into multiple teams, groups. Each team anywhere between 6 to 10 members, and we divide it based on time zones. Pacific, and we sometimes combine Pacific and New Zealand, Australia. We do East Coast, UK, Europe. We do then UK, India, Australia. So group them together, and each team is gonna be working within themselves, and they will kind of choose and volunteer to have one person who's coordinating. Doesn't necessarily have to be a lead, but you play the role of a lead. All right, we keep things very simple, team, and this is giving you the details at maybe 10,000 feet, still very high level. As we go into the first session, we start the project, it'll become easy for you. Tasks. So a lot of tasks will be divided among yourselves, so you'll have to do a lot of consistent communication with each other. uh, you sometimes divide up the assignments in such a way that okay, I'm going to handle this part, I'll do the documentation. I'll write the test cases. Let me run the script or write the script, so on. That's how you need to be able to very politely participate in a nice manner and get the task done. Because end of the day, you'll see dropouts from people, you'll see a lot of challenges in the teams. But when you consistently keep knowing and doing on it, you'll realize that this is actually like a real project. And what you're getting exposed to will really be valuable to you at the time. Let me see if there are any quick questions that I need to urgently answer. Mountain Standard Time is fine too. I want to do certification course in Selenium, so can you please help me for this? Sure, Ashish, I'll kind of address your question a little later after I finish this PowerPoint. All right, communication. So team, oops. This is, okay, all right. Uh, Within your team, interact a lot. Summarize what you're discussing every day, minutes of meeting, send it to us. We will guide you, team. I'm showing you how it will be working. We'll all put you into a group, and in that group, what happens, team, is you'll get access to uh, every other member of the project in a Google group. So you'll have their email, phone numbers. So once you put them onto Skype or WhatsApp, it is very easy for you to start communicating. All right, and now let's see the next slide, please. Google Drive. Yep. So we will use Google Drive actively, team. Pretty easy to share. Even if you don't have a Google account, you can create one. Pretty straightforward. Lot of technology related discussions will keep happening within our uh, stand-up meetings and within your team meetings. So get used to the fact that how do you get the latest Eclipse, latest jar files, JDKs, how do you get to connect to your Git, uh, get everything slowly set up. Not going to be easy. I know sometimes you may face trouble, but once you do it, you'll become smooth about it. And that's what you'll gain through this project team. All right. Frameworks, get your understanding correct once again. Go back and look at how we built a keyword driven framework at least. That is something very critical for you to do. Um, we're going to talk about how we use what framework where, which is applicable. I'm going to introduce you to the actual project in day 1 or 2 team in the next 2-3 days. So frameworks skill is essential. Go back and get a good grip on it. You can also go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/qtp.elearn, and search for all about automation frameworks. There's a nice video explaining all the different frameworks, maybe an hour's video. Timeline. Yeah, so we basically do a 3-week sprint team. The applications keep building, the projects keep moving, the teams keep, uh, delivering. So there's no one really sitting on these agile projects. What that means is our typical start to finish of these projects are about 3 to 4 weeks. And then we move you into another project or the next version of the same project. Some students stay on our live projects for even a year and more. Why? They're actually gaining rich experience, hands-on, and both for presenting to their client, and they like to the way they work from home. So it is how many projects, how deep you want to go, uh, what, how much amount of software testing in Selenium we're going to get exposed to is all depending on how much time you can spend and dedicate to us. If you can give about 2 hours to this live project every day, about 10 to 15 hours, let us say in a week, I think you'll do very, very well, team. All right, let's see what else is there. Daily status reporting, that's where you're saying minutes of meeting, keep it very simple so that communication becomes easy. You can always use tools like Trello or any other decent agile program management tools to write down your tasks if you want to, but just keep it very simple. Let's not complicate. Let's focus on building some amazing automation frameworks. Defect reporting, how you report and so on, we'll get into it as we keep going. Scrum meetings, that's where you as a team have to connect regularly for at least 10 to 15 minutes every day. Get to know what's happening, where we are. Presentations, very, very critical team. This is the most important part, please. As part of the live project, you and your team will be spending 10 to 15 hours every week in finishing this project. All right. Now, apart from that, every week we group up as a team and have a webinar for about an hour. So mostly Tuesdays and Thursdays or Fridays. The way that session happens is each team prepares a simple PowerPoint representing who the team is, what is it they're doing on the project, open up their Eclipse, show the code, and talk about this is the progress. We sit and advise technically and from a project completion perspective, how are you going? So we provide the feedbacks during these presentations. The great advantage, team, in this is twofold. Remember this. One, as you prepare and you present, is the same exact thing you do at interview. You present your project to us here. In an interview, you're going to present about your project to the interviewer, right? You're going to talk about your project. It is the same exact thing. The second advantage is, since we have usually 2 or 3 teams at least doing the same project parallelly, you get to also see how the other project is doing. Sometimes innovation, sometimes you feel good that you are a little better, sometimes a lot of common learning. So these 2 sessions that we meet every week are critical. Each team comes and gets 15 minutes at the max to present. So pretty much you're on the clock, and we get going. And every live project member has the e-learning or online access to all our live projects that have gone years back. So you can go back and see how the students have spoken and presented. You will get pretty inspired. Don't watch the orientation day 1, day 2. Go to like day 4 or day 5 in a live project. Those will be very interesting. All right, that's presentation. I'm almost towards the end. Challenges, team. You will face a lot of challenges. Give yourself some cooling time. Communicate with your team. Don't get agitated. Behave like we will behave in a very, very professional corporate environment. Let us get yourself into that rhythm and groove. Sometimes easy to get paranoid. Oh, you know what? My team members have left. They're unwell. They don't have the right skill, or I don't have the right skill kind of issues. It is pretty common. Go through them. You will see this everywhere. What is critical is the project has to be done with very little noise, very calmly, peacefully. We should be able to go through challenges, embrace them, solve them. That's going to build you. That is one of the other key questions you'll get asked in interviews. What challenges have you faced? All right. At the end of the project, what is it? Okay, so this is what you learn. But primarily, you're going to build an amazing resume team, and make sure that you get your profiles. It is mandatory for everyone in live project to also share their profiles privately with us. The reason is we want to make sure, we want to contribute and guide you if possible. If it is something that is absolutely not possible from a compliance issue to share your resume, then that's fine. We will not disturb you. But if you're someone who's serious to use this live project to actually get into a real project that pays, then please get your resumes ready. Even if it's in a bad shape, does not matter, team. So I am towards the end. I am open for questions. Questions can come in 2 ways, either on chat, or you could raise your hand and I could unmute you, team. I'm going to quickly see if I can open Skype. It is already there. There was one document. Yep. This is just to show you, team. I told you, right? We just started a live project just a week or 10 days back. 2 teams are working on it, Team Pilots and Team Spirit. The details of the entire members list is here, their email, phone number. There is a nice column in that where the members filled in the, I can't share those documents with you, team, because it's a very private meetings. Their capability, what is their self-rating on these skills? Java automation framework, Selenium WebDriver, on a scale of 1 to 10. So very nicely they came up honestly and said, okay, some are 3 in some are 6 and 7 in some. I've also seen 8s and 9s. So good mixture of team happens every day. Whatever we talk, we kind of take notes down in it, and any common files are here in this folder. Specific team files, we go into the subfolders, and this these documents you all will have access to. It will get shared to you all, and if possible, we can collaborate and work together with both these teams, the team that's working in US morning and US evening. Team, I am done with, from my perspective of talking about what we're doing. I'll be take questions. There is one hand raised. Sridevi, I did unmute you.
Okay.
Hi, Sridevi. Did you have a question for me?
Yes, yes. The thing
Go
is,
ahead.
I do have little knowledge on everything, but as soon
Mhm.
as I get a project, I just go there and there. As usual, I never get a chance to do automation. So that is the reason why I'm not 100% sure, but I want to join this live project. Is that okay?
Perfect, perfectly fine. So your challenge is, what we need is one complete life cycle implementation of an automation project. Little bit
Okay.
of CI/CD. We'll talk about GitHub, Jenkins.
Okay.
We'll also talk about how we put it into the build. Very neatly, we'll put one end-to-end life cycle implementation. So that will give you a lot of confidence. Very
Yeah.
nicely you put your challenge. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you. Anyone else has a question, would like to um, raise your hand, please let me know. I do have 2 3 questions from the chat I'm going to take. I want to do certification course in Selenium, so can you please help me for this? So how do I say, certification is not offered by an accredited institution or society right now for Selenium. It's still very nascent, but what we have are, as part of AnyArt, we have 2 certifications that we created. So like I was saying, AnyArt is a software test automation product which is built in-house, and we created an AnyArt certified tester and an AnyArt certified developer. What those two specifically do is, as AnyArt certified tester has the um, ability to test the application, run the tests and so on, but not at a coding level. And AnyArt certified developer is very, very good in Java or Python or C Sharp, is very good when it comes to doing an end-to-end implementation of a automation project, is pretty good at understanding the build cycles of the dev teams, interacts well with the entire dev team, so that they could integrate the automation testing into it. So very technical. These 2 certifications are pretty premium things, team. When I say premium, very intense. From my perspective, very simple. If you're an AnyArt certified developer, you're one of the top automation engineers globally. Um, you'll see a lot of exposure to that as we go through this project. So that was one question. There are free videos, team, on AnyArt as to what is AnyArt and so on. Very simple, basic manual testing. You should watch them. It's about 7 hours of training. That's, you can see here. So you can watch them too. Okay, let's see. Where are we with questions? I have a few more. Does this core falls within JPAC? Sure. So a JPAC member is at least for 1 year, or some of them are lifetime access members, have access to everything under iTeLearn. So except for specialized courses that are coming up like AI, machine learning, and so on. JPAC members have access to all these courses. Sandy, that's answer for you. Hi, there's someone who's living in MST, and that's fine, Mountain Standard Time. US is well covered with the live project timings. Hi, I live in CST zone and I'm a full-time employee. How tough it will be with the schedules or timings? All right. So very similar question. If you're a full-time employee, also have a lot of full-time personal tasks and so on. If you're able to give honestly about 4 to 5 hours, not only will you be able to learn for your benefit, but your work experience might help in the project itself. So please do involve, give it an attempt. If you're unable to do it, give it a break, join another project, but get started once, please. Indu. Okay, can you please give a brief description about ISTQB in India? What is the option for ISTQB? Okay. I am not ISTQB certified. The best person to speak with about ISTQB would be Shankar, our other trainer from iTeLearn. He does amazing programs on it. So ISTQB is a recognized software testing certification for uh, not on the automation side, totally on the manual. Yes, they do have levels, to what level you can get to, and you have specific trainings that focuses with a lot of mock tests, preparations, apart from learning the basic fundamentals of software testing. So we have some great videos on ISTQB that will really help you to get through that. It will also have details in those videos, and some of those will be free. If you go to iTeLearn.com, search for it and start watching, about how you can enroll, what would the typical fees, the examination centers where you can do the prometric tests, all those details would be mentioned by Shankar. All right, Ashish. Sandy, do I have a chance to enroll JPAC at this time? Sure. So, Sandy, the way it works is JPAC is always an ongoing thing. Every month, um, new JPAC members join in. So you can start now as a JPAC member, go through the Selenium training and project work. And when we start new JPAC batches, we will start talking about finishing grooming and so on. You're welcome. Another question that I've received. Hi, Karthik, I started for manual testing within JPAC. I'm very new in QA field. Okay, cool. That's fine. Um, if you've started with manual testing in JPAC, this is a Selenium live project. Okay, maybe a little bit more tougher for you. Number one. Number two, there'll be a QA live project that will come up maybe in the next few weeks that we will definitely involve you. That will be definitely easy. Now, what can you do since you just started with your QA training in the Selenium Live project? Remember this, in a team of 10 QA engineers, I have 2 automation developers, 1 lead, 4 manual test engineers, 1 or 2 interns who are very new to it, who can help write test plan, test cases, documentation, uh, organize the scripts folders. There are a lot of activities that happens within a QA team. So involve, volunteer into one of the teams, even in the Selenium Live project. It will give you a lot of exposure. What it means is, even if you do not have too much skill or knowledge, it is fine. I have seen within these teams of 6 to 8, someone who's good at one of the skills volunteers and teaches you all. It is really interesting team. These projects are really, really interesting. All right, another question. Karthik, will you be leading this project? I There is one project that we've just got from US that I'm working on, and that's very interesting. We're building an automation lab for them. So that requires me to start looking at some of you to really contribute if you have time on a constant basis. So yes, I would be leading this project. That's the reason, as I mentioned. Okay, cool. There's one more question. It's a very relevant question as well. When will this project start? Time frame, and when will the team formation be decided? So project will start by the coming Monday or Tuesday, team. We will have 1 or 2 more sessions this week at different timings to enroll people into the project. It will start from Monday or Tuesday next week. Once we start, by Wednesday or Thursday, the teams will be formed. And these are not hard formations of team. Sometimes there are teams members who switch. So let's be a little flexible on that. But lot of these activities are going to happen by in exactly, let's say, a week's time. All of these things will happen. From there, I'm sorry, we'll have about 3 weeks to complete the project. Can you provide a link from where I can get Selenium training? Sure. Go to iTeLearn.com, and in iTeLearn, just type Selenium, or that is the most premium course. You'll find it everywhere on iTeLearn. I'll quickly show you. All right, team, I'm towards the end of the session. Any questions before we wind up? Any last questions? To join, what is the next step? All right, what we will do is, as a common thing, we'll send out an email with clear instructions. There was also a Selenium live training day one that happened earlier today with a much larger participants, and then the live project. So a common email will go out to all the attendees or registrants with next instructions. Some of you are existing JPAC members, so you're welcome to join in. Some of you are totally new to the entire enrolling process. We will guide you through as well on that. One more question, team. Hi, Karthik. My question is, I also want to join this project, but I'm not good in Java. That's fine. That's fine. Like I was saying, same thing. Maybe you're not in the top 20% of the team. You're somewhere in between. A lot of contributions will happen, even in a Selenium Live project that will be non-coding related. I'll guide you through it, team. Don't worry. Just stay involved, give your time. Definitely attend the presentation sessions. Make sure you at least spend 2 to 3 hours every week minimum with your team if you're super busy. If you can afford 10 to 15 hours. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll send out a follow-up email in the next few hours with next steps. Team, I published a video on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen it. You should go and check it, or I'll have it sent. It's just a 4 minutes video. If you go to qtp.elearn channel, that talks about what is the future of Selenium. If you've not seen it, just watch it, please. Thank you all. We'll see you back in the next webinar. Take care. Bye now. Bye, everyone.